Hey, what's up, Generosity Forum? This is Andrew and Donovan with some guest speaker friends. You've got Arthur and Jenny and Lindsey. And this is episode 33, and we're going to talk about why you need to ask your upline for support. So we're actually coming from the most beautiful place in Prague. It's actually like an hour and a half away from Prague, here in the Czech Republic, and we're all here for a retreat at the Patrick Kinley Shedevy's Hotel. Oh my gosh, are you having such a good time?
You need to come.
It is unbelievable.
Hi Kelly, good to see you. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's daytime where you guys are, right?
Yes.
So people should get on the live here. So we've been having like breakthrough after breakthrough, and it's so hard to pick like one thing to talk about, but one of the topics that I think we all have a lot of passion about right now is we're looking at the process, like the duplication process, and how intimate the relationship with an upline should be with their downline. And I know some of you guys hopping on this live might not have a really supportive upline, and this might be a little bit of a pain point, but I promise you that somewhere in your upline you do have a supportive upline. Hey Alana, Kelly says it's noon PST. Hello from LA. Hello LA.
Hello, LA.
Hold on, why is this not turning? Do you have any Canadians live? There will be Canadians and always lots of Australians, except it's probably in the middle of the night for Australia. So, okay, what do you guys think about this topic? Like, you need to ask your upline for support, because sometimes one of the jokes we've been talking about lately is that usually if you've been working with your upline for a while, you stop listening to them and you stop thinking you're cool. And so our joke is, our joke is when you become like a diamond or above leader, your downline kind of thinks you're stupid.
Yeah.
Like they stop listening to you, right?
Yeah.
And
You
say, oh my gosh, you guys, why don't we do whatever program to stimulate LRP orders, or to make sure we do a team scrub to get everyone wellness consults? And they're like, oh, okay, right?
Well, wait a second. I heard a webinar in Australia. I'm going to go with that instead. I can guarantee you no one cares more about you and your success than your upline.
Yeah.
So they're never going to tell you knowingly to do something that's going to affect the growth of your business and you.
So
doesn't mean that they're not going to make mistakes. At times they do make mistakes and they come back, and that's the thing. Like, it's a beautiful thing about the leaders. Like, how many times we've done it ourselves and seen up above us. People would make mistakes as leaders, and it would come back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I made a mistake. I had the best of intentions, and this is what I was trying to do, and this is the best that I knew, and I was trying to make this happen." And just a perfect example of asking the leaders for direction and examples is this retreat right here. These are our uplines. These are our leaders who have shown us like phenomenal stuff. The tools that they've given us to be able to duplicate the success that they have. It's not coming from people who haven't been successful. And that's the way, like, the leaders are up there, and they're our leaders because they've been successful. They've done something that's worked.
Okay, so I have a question about that, because first of all, hi everybody. Kathy says, I have a wonderful upline who supports everything I do. Kathy Aldridge. Oh, Kathy's amazing. I totally agree with that. Jen, hello, good to see you. Oh yeah, do you guys want to see this? Because this is like stunning.
Yeah.
So the hotel is on 140 acres of just pure literal bliss.
There it is, up on the hill.
Oh my god.
Look at the hotel.
Oh, you can see it. Do you see the hotel? Like way... we took a little walk to just enjoy the sunset.
Just a little one.
A little walk, yeah. But holy cow, lots of hearts coming through.
Ooh,
Yeah. You guys need to come to this. Okay, so here's my question about that though. So most of us, like, let's say that most of us signed up maybe close to when our upline was starting to, and so we watched our upline make mistakes and learn and improve.
Yeah.
So why would we still trust our uplines though? Because I'm actually here with my upline, Rebecca, and we only signed up 6 months apart. So Becky made a lot of the same dumb mistakes that I made, and she in fact said tonight over dinner, she's like, thanks for not saying, why were you so stupid, and why didn't you teach me all these lessons that you should have? So how do you trust your upline and what they're asking you to do in terms of like team programs and support and all that, when you've seen them make mistakes and hopefully grow through them? Oh,
that's a good question.
Well, because they went before you, so they've already made those mistakes. So I think it's Tony Robbins, even Elise this weekend has said, you always find someone who's went before you and who's successful, and you trust them. And you have to trust in the fact, again, just like I said earlier, your upline cares about your success. We don't want people in our downline doing things that aren't going to help with success. So you have to know they've went before you, and all they want is success for you. So they're going to try to help you. Like, your upline doesn't not want to help you, right? We want to help you grow. So we're coming from that place of love and wanting growth.
Yeah, and like the one thing I would say too is I'm actually gold, so I'm not like you beautiful diamonds here. And it's like with my team, because I'm closer to them in rank, like their premier and elite, is like I'm always afraid that they might feel like pushed if I'm asking them or I'm sharing something with them that I know is really going to be helpful because it helped me at elite or it helped me at premier. And I think there's that fear sometimes we have as uplines as is, oh my goodness, like are they going to feel like this is pushy or this is whatever? But it's not. It's really to love on you guys and support you, because we see the little steps that you need to take, like between elite to premier or like premier to silver, and how that all works, right? So just like, yeah, cut us some slack, but like give us some feedback. Cut us some slack, give us some feedback and communicate, right? Like if it doesn't make sense to you or you're not sure if you're digging it, ask more questions. Let us know and like have those conversations. I think communication both ways is so important, so we never feel like, hello, are you there?
It's like a marriage.
Yeah, we love you guys.
You can't be mad at your husband if you didn't take the garbage out, if you didn't tell him that you need him to take the garbage out. Right?
Okay, so first of all, gold is an incredible accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
I mean, like most of us are doing a lot of work to solidify our rank still, and that's a huge thing. I love what you just said, the communication, like ask for the support that you need.
Yeah.
I see so many comments from you guys. By the way, you guys up here, can you just like write some comments about how grateful you are for your uplines? And those of you that don't work directly with your direct upline, like maybe you're underneath a sharer just because that's how you got placed, there's someone above you that has incentive. And someone even asked me recently, oh look, there's more leaders. These are actually
your upline hiding.
And her upline.
Speaking of uplines,
Rebecca, and then Avesa and Maddie, and they are diamonds going blue soon. Yeah. Anyway, so I see so many comments from people saying, I don't have a supportive upline, because maybe you were enrolled by someone that just stuck you way down in the organization or whatever. And I've even seen people saying, I don't feel comfortable asking someone far above me for help because, you know, they're so far up above me. And, you know, the funny thing about our comp plan is that the lower you are, the more money they make off you. Up to 7 levels, basically, right?
Yeah.
So ask for help.
Ask for help, right? We're talking.
You're
hold on.
them.
I don't know how to work this.
Oh, that was really cool, though. That was some pretty good-looking clouds.
We're talking about why you should ask your upline for support.
Well, you can't get help if you don't ask, for one thing, and like I said, you can't get help if you don't ask. We don't read minds. We don't know if you need help unless you say, "Hey, I need help," and either they're going to help you or they'll connect you with someone that will. Does that make sense? Because that's what we do. It makes sense for us to help you.
I love the cheeky thing that Elise said, because you know Elise says cheeky things, which is probably why I like her, because I like to say cheeky things. And she told us today, she said, until you're diamond, you do everything I say.
Or she won't work with them.
Right?
Or she won't work with them.
Or she won't work with them. I think that's so appropriate, because here's the thing. Everyone wants to, you want to make doTERRA your own. You want to add your heart and your soul and your passion into it. Fundamentally, though, there are basics that make a functional, self-sustaining, profitable business that you might not have mastered, and you have to trust the people that have gone before you, and just trust them until you're totally self-sustaining, and then get all wizardy and creative and do crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a great point. That to make any business a great business, no matter what it is, if you want to be the best at that business, we have to study from the best, and there are only a few of the best, and so don't make it a long, that's something that has to be too long. Go to the places where it has the juicy stuff, you know. When you have the opportunity to reach up to people who have experience, don't be prideful in a way that's going to take you out.
Let your ego.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Yeah, no, the one other thing about the leaders, it's like, why should you listen to leaders, right? Like you ask, right? Why should we listen to our leaders? Because our leaders, they are going to their leaders, and who are not better to draw from our successful leaders. So yes, as leaders, our leaders are growing, and they're teaching us on things that they're learning and the ways they're growing. And so they'll just pass it on right down to us. At times, like, I might not understand why they're trying to tell me to put this person here. Why not there? Why should I make this structure? Or why should I say this? Or why should I try that? Well, they have a reason. And until you try it and see the success, I don't really think you have much to say.
It's an experiment.
You can't complain then if you're not successful.
Right.
They tell you to do something. If you don't try it, it's kind of on you.
Yeah, we have to.
And I'm kind of actually even myself guilty of that.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
All of us.
we have to create experiments and be honest with ourselves. I mean, that's really what we have to do. If we haven't experimented honestly, then let's be honest and let's give ourselves the opportunity to succeed in a way that is like really real.
Well, and speaking of trying things, as you're trying to demonstrate that kind of trust in your upline, there's got to be consistency too. So, you know, like if your upline says, "Hey, why don't we do some strategy calls every week?" Like just give it some time, and you can't do 1 or 2 calls and say, "Oh yeah, that wasn't helpful. I'm not making progress." You got to be consistent, and the relationship requires that consistency.
Yeah. Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
I came in kind of halfway through, so maybe you've talked about this already, but one thing that I find to be so amazing is if you go to an upline leader and they tell you something that you feel like you've heard before and it's something like super simple, do it. They're saying it because it works, right? Like we often tell our children to do the same things, very simple, because we know they're going to work. So when somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, how about we invite just like this?" And it's so simple and you're like, "No, what's the secret sauce?" That is the secret sauce. Simplicity in doing exactly what we say, that's the secret sauce.
You guys, this is the moral of the story. If you're a parent, you know this. You tell your kid something over and over and over again, right? And then they come home one day and they're like, "Oh, Johnny next door, his mom said blah, blah, blah. It was so interesting." And they listen. You're like, "I've been telling you this for the last 3 years," right? Or you do that like if you teach a church group and they'll listen to you, but they won't listen to their parents because you're not their parent. It's the same thing with uplines. You guys, listen to your upline. If they tell you to do something like obviously stupid, then then maybe challenge it or to talk about it. But when your upline's trying to help you by organizing strategies like enrollment strategies or wellness consult initiatives or just helping you get into a regular enrolling rhythm, doing classes, they want to help train you up and polish your skills, say yes. Especially because you're not here for this as a hobby, right? This isn't like an experiment to see like if maybe you make it. You're here to win. So hang out with winners and mimic what winners are doing.
Let your ego get out of the way and always be a student.
Yeah, and you'll discover ways of success that will blow your mind. That will blow your mind. Relative thought patterns where we think, "Oh, this is nice. I'll get this much financial freedom. Oh, that's really nice." And it's actually amazing, but I've actually discovered a level of amazing that blows that out of the water this weekend. Or this week. So I hope you guys have success and are happy in your lives. And be well.
There you go. Sorry. That was so hard. The camera went crazy. Okay, bye, bye everybody. Oh, we should show one more flash of this because it's just so
Should we
cool.
go back just in case it gets so dark, and then we'll have to use space?
No, it'll be like an adventure to go through Czech Republic in the dark.
Bye,
Bye guys. See ya. Oh, thanks to all the supportive uplines.